today we're gonna do Red Glove, but I'll give you a little bit of a rundown on White Cat. Basically, this kid named Castle Sharp, he is a part of a con artist family, and they, everybody except for him has magical powers, and how you kind of use your magical powers is by touch. You have to take off your gloves, like everybody in New Jersey or in this world of curse workers and things like that, and non-curse workers. There's people on both sides, but everybody has to wear gloves, and to be able to use their magic, they have to take off their glove and touch you. A lot of people cut holes in their gloves. So basically, you have Castle's family, con artists, people like that, bad people, and then you have the Zakharov family, which makes them look like darling little angels. Well, not necessarily darling little angels, but basically just a crime family and a con artist family, and they all kind of mix and mingle together. Lila Zakharov has disappeared. She has been murdered. So in White Cat you find out all that lovely stuff. So if you haven't read this book, you should go read that. Then you should watch this review, because you shouldn't watch this review unless you've read this, because I'm going to spoil it, okay? You've had your warning. Okay, goodbye. And now we're going to talk about Red Glove, and this, you start off finding that Philip has been murdered. What else? Well, we know that Lila is not a cat anymore. We know that Castle is a transformation worker. His mother is out of jail now. Sam and Danica are dating. Byron's just messed up in the head. Just all this crazy stuff. The narration for this is so good. I love it. It's by Jesse Eisenberg. He narrates it, and you know, he's from Social Network and Zombieland and Adventureland, things like that. And he's wonderful. He's a wonderful actor, and such a good job. He just adds this whole world to it, like just makes it even more real to you. I feel like it definitely helped me appreciate the series a lot more, because of his great acting ability, and he does voices for everybody. Because like some actors, you're like, oh, they kind of do like an okay job at like other people's voices, but like when he does Lila, he gives her like this great attitude, and like Danica and Sam and just everybody else, just lovely. And when he does his mom's, like the mom's voice, forget the mother's name. Anyways, Mrs. Sharp, whatever you want to call her, is absolutely hilarious, because the mom is just like comedic relief anyways. Also, I love the like multiple storylines. I know that it can kind of get pretty busy, but I really enjoyed it. I like that there were multiple layers of his life that like he kind of, I guess, catalogs it in different places, I guess, in a way. I mean, like Sam knows everything, his best friend, or I guess you would call him his best friend, Sam and Danica, and like they help him with stuff, of course, and they kind of like seep into different parts of his life because, again, best friends. But they're basically the kind of, I don't know, his home, his like, just the people who remind him that it's okay to just be Castle. You don't have to be a con artist. You don't have to be, you know, a part of anything bad. You can just be. Then you have his storyline with the feds finding out who murdered Philip, and that's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, it's different, because he's just like, I don't know if to trust them or not, because I was raised not to, but he's trying to figure out, you know, what happened to my brother, even though like he totally got like screwed up by his brothers, or screwed by his brothers, because they were just totally awful to him, and he finds that out, and it's just like, oh, that'd be hard, and to just try to feel like you should find out who it is. It's just like, ah, oh, you know, like this person has done so much bad to you, and you're I don't know, it's just like, but it's still his family. So yeah, and that and Baron's storyline is just like tragic. Especially his storyline with Lila is just like, it's awesome, because you've been waiting for Lila for a long time and stuff like that, and you've been thinking that she's dead, and then she's a cat, and then she's a human. His mom puts us, like, not a spell, but his mom is an emotion worker, and he's a transformation worker, and Lila, I forget what kind of worker she is, but his mother makes Lila believe that she's in love with him. That Lila's in love with Castle, I mean. And that just puts a really strange strain on the relationship, where it's just like, is this real? Is this a real relationship? Is she actually in love with me? Am I actually feeling for her, or am I flattered by her? those kinds of things, like all that stuff, and like what to do with that. And I thought that was a very interesting kind of, I don't know, take on teenage love, because I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before. So, I don't know. I feel like every time I say that, somebody's like, oh, well, look at this book over here. That's great. But I feel like I have never read anything like this series before. I know that there are probably millions of mob, crime, con novels out there, con artist novels, whatever. But like, this is YA, and I feel like I haven't read anything like this that have been so like, I mean, as far as like, you know, mob stuff, but I've read like, you know, Across the Universe and Legend, those kinds of series where like you do have action. And so it's nice to see something that's like set in a little bit more, not realistic, but a little bit more like contemporary times, like modern times. And I just think that it's a nice twist on all of that, that it's not just about, you know, this kid. It's just about like power and who has power, and like, because like there are different kinds of power in his life, like his power over Lila, and the mob's power over him, the Zakharov family's power, the Fed's power, the government's power, the actual government's power over the Curseworkers and over the people that are living in this place, whatever world this Curseworkers world is. And I applaud Holly Black for this series. I love it so much. I can't even tell you. And like I said, the audiobook just adds a whole new, just everything. I just feel like fangirling all of it, all of it. I don't know what else to say about it. Just like, you need to read this book. You need to read this series. If you made it this far and you haven't read White Cat, what are you doing? You need to read this series. I am serious. I love it so much. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you read Red Glove as soon as possible. And yeah, have an awesome day and keep reading.